And welcome back to another Casually Me live stream. Happy Taco Tuesday, you guys. Happy Taco Tuesday. Happy Dance Class Tuesday. Happy New Day. It's early. Well, it's lunchtime. It's lunchtime. I forced myself out the bed because I forgot. It's like I remembered, but I forgot at the same time that I definitely have had my laser hair appointment. So, for those that don't know, I do laser hair removal. I've been doing laser hair removal since 2022, 23. No, 2022. Yeah, because I was living with my cousins at the time. I like laser hair removal. But I go to a different place now. The place I went to at first, I talked about it before. I'm not a fan of Body Bright, that company. So whoever watches this, I wouldn't recommend that place. But Sub Laser, highly recommend. I highly recommend Sub Laser. They're so gentle with you. And I like their laser machine better. Hold on, I'm trying to clean my glasses. But yeah, I forced myself out the bed. But I was up already. I was just, I was just praying. Like, y'all ever just wake up and just, well, get up and just pray? Or you ever just open your eyes and you just, like, sit there for a minute? And that's why the title of this video is called Clean Slate. Because I just, you know, when I came home last night, I burned my Moldavite incense. And if you don't know what Moldavite is it's a crystal. It's a stone. But I have Moldavite incense. I didn't know they made Moldavite incense. But if you're into crystals and things like that, then you'll hear about people using Moldavite whenever they want to, like, shift their life, basically, you know, shake things up. Moldavite is a very, very intense crystal, and it shakes things up. It shakes people's lives up. It changes things, resets things, like the whole nine. He said, lovely nails, thank you. Yeah, Moldavite is like retrograde in a crystal. That's the best way for me to describe it. But you can always go on the internet and get a very more specific, detailed description of Moldavite. But I've burnt at least 2 or 3 Moldavite incense since I've been back in Atlanta. And I got up today, and the first thing on my mind was everybody getting cut off. And when I say everybody, I don't mean like literally like everybody, but just like people that just don't fit right, don't feel right. They just gotta get cut off. I just need a clean slate. I just need a clean slate. From certain energies. And remember how I told y'all that Atlanta is very distracting? I can't distract myself with low frequency energies. And for anybody that's watching the chat, you cannot get distracted by low frequency energies, even if it's subtle. You can't do it. You can't even distract yourself for 2 minutes off of something that's like low frequency, low vibes. You can't do it. Don't do it. You say your boyfriend cheated on you? I'm so sorry to hear that. How'd you find out? Is that crazy to ask? Well, actually, no. Casually Me streams. Well, that's not this channel, but that's my second channel. But Casually Me streams. This is a safe space. You can share your story with me. You can share your life with me. You can ask me questions. This is a safe space. Okay? I share my story times on here. You know? But The fact that your boyfriend cheated on you goes to show that you are in alignment for a clean slate. That's the title of this video, a clean slate. Because F him. F him. F them. Clean slate. Yo, whipped cream is like one of the best things to ever be created. Whoever got the ingredients together and was like, hey, I can make whipped cream out of this. Like, delicious. And I finally had to ask Starbucks. I'm like, Starbucks, I'm looking at the cup. I said light ice. I said light ice. Why was the ice still, like, I said light ice. The ice was like this tall. So I'm like, if this is light ice, what's full ice? And why do y'all think that people just want to drink ice? Like, So then I asked the guy, I'm like, hey, so like, is this light ice? And he was like, yeah, we use 1 scoop. This is a big ass 1 scoop. So then I asked him, I'm like, okay, so moving forward, how can I request lighter ice? And he said, for those in the back, if you go to Starbucks, he said, ask for half of the amount of the light ice. So this is now my perfect drink. Iced protein matcha with no sugar. I don't like sweets. With whipped cream, half a cup of light ice. But before I answer y'all's questions, can y'all do me a favor? Can you guys do me a huge favor? Everybody that's in the chat right now, can you guys say hi? Can you guys say hi, hello? And can you guys like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already? If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, make sure you tap in. If you haven't followed me on Instagram, if you have an Instagram, my Instagram is See Me Living. I'm about to drop it in the comments for you guys to tap in if you don't know how to spell it, which you probably won't. You won't know how to spell it because I spell it differently, but yeah. Boom. Look at the pinned comment right there. You can get all my information. You can follow me on Instagram, add me on Snapchat, donate to the channel, and make sure you subscribe to my other channel, Casually Me Streams. So subscribe to Casually Me and Casually Me Streams. We're growing that channel to 50 subbies, and that's going to be my backup channel. So if you miss me on live on this channel, you can catch me on live on the other channel. Okay, so now I can answer y'all's questions. Addison, I love you too. I have a really important question. If you stood up and put your... That's crazy. I'm not even finna finish reading that. I'm not saying we love you, Tyka, no more. Until I get my first edit, I'm not saying nothing. Because somebody yesterday said they was going to give me an edit. We got to wait. Am I in Joburg? What's Joburg? Hi, Average Travis. Hi, Hornet. You guys are so nasty and the day just started. Do I have a car? I do. You and your friend left $2,400 a piece over here. Come get it before I spend it. I mean, if you spend it, you should have more to give it. I know that's not the only $2,400 you got. You said, so what's the play? Like in football? What car do I drive? A very reliable one. A very reliable one. I say to him, why you cheated on me? He was pissed at me, saying bad words to me, and he took my car and left me. I was walking. Are you sure? Because listen. Or, okay. If you're a dude, are you gay? Is this a rainbow relationship? Because your name is Carmelo. And I'm like, if you finessing trying to troll me with this story, very, very great story, but Carmelo, you're a girl? Who's Carmelo? I didn't go to college, babes. I did not go to college. I knew that I never wanted to go to college when I was in school. Even though I didn't really know what debt was for real, I just always was like, I don't want to get in debt. I don't want to get in debt. Whole time, I don't know what debt is. When I was like in early high school, it's not like someone said, hey, you're going to get in debt in high school when you get to college. Like, I feel like it's just something that I always just knew this didn't sound right to me. Like, I have to owe money to go to school. That don't sound right. And then I have to be forgiven for something that they promoted while I was a teenager. That's crazy. So I just always knew I didn't want to go to college. And then my senior year of high school, I was over school, honestly. I was over homework. I was over math, algebra. I was over it. Now, granted, I could have went to school for free because my parents are military. But I didn't trust that either. I didn't have a good connection with my mother at the time. So I did not trust that I was actually going to go to school for free. I don't know. Like, I just didn't trust it. I just didn't trust anything of mine being under the hands of anybody else. So I was like, I'm not going to school. I'm not going to college. But I did tour Kennesaw State University. I think it was KSU. Yeah, Kennesaw State University or something like that. And yeah, I was going to go to college for sports media, ironically. When I was in high school, I was in media production. I was involved in a lot of clubs. And like, I went to 4 high schools, and in each high school, I was a part of something. I don't think I was a part of something at the high school that I graduated from, though, because I had got there literally at the second quarter. Well, I got there, I think, the 3rd quarter of the year before we graduated. But yeah, and then after that, I thought that I was going to go into the military, right? So boom, I take the ASVAB. I'm like, I want to go to the Air Force. But I don't like tests. I don't like tests. For the Air Force, you gotta have a certain score. My score wasn't the highest. I don't like tests. I was very good in school, but like I told y'all, after my senior year in high school, I didn't care anymore. I was over it. And then I had a lot of stuff going on as well. So I just didn't care. But I wanted to go to the Air Force, and then that got sabotaged. That got sabotaged. Folks found out I had eczema. And then find out for me. But yeah, I gave these people my medical records and everything. Like, it was that serious. And then I was like, okay, fuck it. Let's go to the Navy. My mom and dad were in the Navy. I have a sister in the Navy. I have family in the military. I'll just go to the Navy. So You can't have eczema. From, correct me if I'm wrong, things might be different, but this was back in 2018 to 2019 when I was trying to get into the service. With the Air Force, if you got too many issues, they're not gonna have you on board. Like, you can't have a track record of psychological issues. I feel like that's in general though with the military, but I think the Army cares less about that. The Army will take anybody. That's why you can have a very shitty ass ASVAB score and get into the Army. It don't matter. I don't know about the Marines though, because the Marines is more intense than the Army, so I don't know if they really care less about people that get into the Marines because of how, you know, major that thing is. But they say that the Air Force, they call it the chair force to be funny, and that's because it's like one of the highest like levels of the military. A lot of people say it's the easiest to get through, basic wise, I guess. But you just have to have a really high score, and you can't have no issues, for real. Like, you can't have anything wrong with you. Even with my vision, like when I went to MEPS for the Navy, like I went through MEPS and everything, y'all. Like, I literally was dead ass finna get on that ship. But yeah, like, even with my vision, them niggas had to check with the doctors to make sure that my vision wasn't gonna be too much and I wasn't gonna be disqualified from being able to go to basic, all because of my vision. So they had to get permission from another doctor. The ASVAB, they literally, I be forgetting that. I really did go through MEPS in the military. A lot of people don't know that. They like, man, I remember, so let me tell y'all. Boom, when you go to MEPS, right? MEPS is basically what you go through. It's like the first stage before you go to basic training for whatever branch military, right? So boom, you end up staying at a hotel, right? So you go to this hotel and you stay in there overnight. You have a roommate. I met this girl, her name was Danny. She was so sweet. And you have to be asleep by a certain time because you have to wake up at a certain time. Like, we had to wake up early as fuck, like maybe like 5 or 6 a.m. we had to wake up. Okay, boom. While we're in line waiting to go to the base, I think somebody threw up at the hotel. I think someone threw up twice, actually. Someone threw up, I think, while we were heading to the hotel, and then, I mean, to the base. And then when we got to base, they put us in a classroom, and we're having to, like, watch this, like, PowerPoint or movie or some shit. I don't know. And then someone literally threw up in the classroom. I'm like, well, he's not going anywhere. Like, poor baby. He threw up twice. It was either 2 people that threw up, or it's the same person that threw up, or it was 1 person that threw up, and they, either way, nigga threw up in the classroom, and we all had to get out of there. And it's a whole day affair. Like, you literally are going through different stages for the whole day. Like, you're getting tested for different things the whole day, the whole entire day. And then towards the end, that's when you, like, get your reward for making it through MEPS. And then after you get through MEPS, then that's when you meet up with your recruiter to sign your contract, and then you go to basic. I ended up changing my mind because they was trying to give me an unassigned job. Like, they gave me options to choose from, but at first I wanted to do like office work. So I wanted to be like a yeoman or a yeoman or whatever it's called. And they kept trying to give me every little other thing besides what I actually wanted. And then I'm happy I listened to myself, because I was like, okay, this doesn't sound like something I want to do. You want me to be on the ship and I have to do unassigned work for a few years on the ship? That doesn't sound fun. That sounds terrible, actually. And then I had watched some YouTube videos of that stuff, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yeah, I don't want to do this. So I told my recruiter right there in that moment, I was like, yeah, I'm not going. You're not going? No, I'm not going. And that shit was so funny. I was telling him, I'm like, both of my parents are in the military, so you cannot finesse me to get me to sign this contract, and you're not being honest about what these jobs entail. And I said that to him. I was like, my mom and dad are in the Navy. Now, one thing about it, even though I didn't have a relationship with my parents at the time, I still use them to my benefit. To this day, I use them to my benefit. I'm like, yeah, no, my folks was military. You can't lie to me about what this is or what that is. You can't lie to me. You're trying to lie to me to get me to sign this contract. I'm like, yeah, I'm not signing that. You don't even know what you want me to do. I'm not signing that. But yeah, I'm happy I didn't go into the military though, because I was able to discover so much about myself. I wouldn't be dancing or doing anything had I went to the military. I wouldn't have discovered my favorite plant if I went to the military. I wouldn't have lived the life I've been living. No regrets. But yeah. How old am I? I am 25. I just turned 25 in June. This is so good. You said if you see somebody throw up, you're gonna be next. Bro. I remember one time, what grade? I was in 2nd grade. Oh my God, I was in 2nd grade. And we were in class. This girl started throwing up out of nowhere. She started, bruh, so much stuff happened to me when I moved back to America. Like, when I moved back to America, I was starting 2nd grade. Okay? So, pre-K. So, a baby up to 1st grade, I was in Sicily in Germany. We come back to America, now I'm in 2nd grade. This girl, literally, we was watching a movie, y'all. We was watching a movie in class. Am I a teacher? No. I'm not a teacher. We were watching a movie in class, and then all of a sudden, this girl just starts throwing up, like, and then it was so big. It was so big that shit went over the desk. Like that shit went like that's how big it was. And it was in that U shape. Bruh, that shit went over the damn desk. It smelled so bad. And then there was one time I threw up in class, actually. I was in 1st grade, so I was in Germany at the time. I remember, like, living in Germany, I would get sick all the time. I got pink eye. Like, I'm just, like, so sensitive to everything. So, boom, I'm in 1st grade. And I don't know what the issue was, but I literally, I threw up in class. You know, you said vomiting is normal. I hate the feeling of throwing up, especially when you're drunk. That's why I don't drink like that, y'all. Like, so I don't like alcohol. I don't like alcohol. I don't like the taste of alcohol. I don't like the feeling of alcohol. I'm just not a fan of it. It does nothing for me. It does nothing for me but either make me cry or make me feel really queasy, and I just don't like it. It don't taste good to me. So I'm like the lights. But the last, like, okay, so I would consider myself a young alcoholic. Okay, Alex, choose which frequency you want to be on before you get blocked. Choose what frequency you want to be on. But what was I gonna say? What was I saying? What was I talking about? Because he just distracted me. He just distracted me. You guys are distracting me. If you are new here, I need you to know I have a very short attention span sometimes. And I'm a yapper. You done distracted me. Now I can't think about what I was talking about. My glasses remind you of somebody? Who I remind you of? Okay. If you're gonna ask me inappropriate questions, can you like send me money? Yeah. If you're gonna ask inappropriate questions, you have to send money first. You can't, at this point, you guys cannot ask me questions without cash apping me first. You gotta cash at me if you're gonna say something crazy. For real. For real. Oh, that's what I was talking about. I was talking about me being a young alcoholic. Okay, boom. So I was a young alcoholic. Where I went to high school at in South Carolina, all them niggas do is drink. And I wasn't aware of what weed was at the time. So I'm just a little bit slow. But I was smoking hookah in high school. My mom did let me smoke hookah when I was in high school. But you're so pretty. Thank you, baby. But yeah, so the very last time I drank for real, y'all, like I used to drink Fireball with no issues. I used to drink vodka, tequila, Parmesan, whiskey. Bro, I remember drinking that whiskey shit for my birthday when I had came back to Atlanta to visit. That shit was nasty. Parmesan, Hennessy, Ciroc, Four Loko, man. Four Loko did it for me. Four Loko did it for me. And I feel like my crazy self would still enjoy Four Loko. Like, I could drink Four Loko. I could drink Four Loko and be cool. And I remember the first time I ever got crossfaded. That shit was funny as fuck. I was drinking Four Loko. And then I was smoking weed, even though I didn't know what weed was for real. So I was like, oh, I'm just smoking. And then I wish I had all of my old videos, but they're all on my old Snapchat. And Snapchat sucks because they took it. They deleted my old account. So I have literally no high school or middle school memories. I have nothing besides what's on my Instagram, and that's barely shit. So I have like no memories for real. But I remember being so crossfaded. We went to Waffle House and I could not eat, and there were cops. We're underage as fuck. I'm a junior in high school. There's cops in this Waffle House. My friends are having to feed me. And I remember the video. Like, I was like this. Trying to eat. I couldn't eat. And then, yeah, like niggas, like, I was friends with people that went to a whole different school than me. So people was having, like, lake house parties summer of when we all graduated. So I want to say the summer of 2019. Yeah, summer of 2019. We was outside. I remember going to a 4th of July party. That bitch got shot up somehow. Like, I remember, again, I remember these videos. I'm recording my friend shaking her ass. We having a good ass time to Megan Thee Stallion. Then all of a sudden, niggas start shooting. So we're running. And then as we're running, I hurt my foot, y'all. I had to go to the freaking hospital. I think we went to the hospital, and then I had to get crunches. My foot hurt that bad. I was like, what the freak did I do? I thought I sprained it or something. So I had to walk with crutches after that, and walking with crutches is so uncomfortable. I don't know how people do it. I couldn't even do it. So I was just limping around. And then after that, well, actually, no, that night I remember, because there was another video my friends took of me. I was passed out on the floor. We was pre-gaming before we went to the party. and I was laid out on the bathroom floor like this. And I was laid out like how Peter Griffin from Family Guy be falling out when he falls. Yeah, so I was laying like that in the bathroom from the pregame. Yeah, and then the last time I drank heavy for real, was that year, again, 2019, after I graduated, which is a very interesting time. I just remember we were drinking, and then I was trying to get to the car, and then somehow I ran into the car door. I ran into a car door, and then we got McDonald's, and I threw that McDonald's up. Like, I felt like I was just throwing up all of my insides. So after that experience, and I was crying while throwing up, that's when I knew I didn't want to drink no more. And for some reason, after that experience, alcohol never tasted the same to me. It's like I can taste every molecule in that bitch, and I don't like it. So now I prefer to not drink. I got you, babe. I'm going to move. I'm ready to get a house. I'm done with this apartment, and then you're free. Then you'll feel much better. You're gonna get us a house. I love that. Can we have a mansion? No, I was turned. Like, I was lit. I was young and lit, okay? Listen. South Carolina turned me out, okay? South Carolina turned me out. That's where I went to school. That's where I graduated. We was lit though, I'm not gonna lie. Like, and then I used to have kickback parties at my mom's house, and she was aware of it. She knew, but I used to have parties with the upperclassmen. And then I talked about this before, like, I used to get so excited when my crush would come to my parties, but he didn't talk to me. So, man, he was my first ever real crush, and he really hurt my feelings. That's when I discovered Black. Y'all know the artist Black? I was at a new school, and I saw this guy, and I thought he was just so freaking cute. He was a football player. He was not fucking with me at all. And I felt so low about myself. I felt so low about myself. I'm like, damn, I'm the problem. And then it didn't help that my home life wasn't healthy. So then I'm like, damn, that should really hurt my feelings. And then I discovered Black. And then his music made me feel better. And then fast forward, now I'm having parties. I'm friends with all the seniors. I'm like one of 2 underclassmen in these classes with all the seniors. And now I got the whole football team at my party, at my house. You should have talked to bro. Man, let me tell y'all about my first high school crush that broke my motherfucking heart. And we wasn't even friends. This is so funny. So, the guy that I had a crush on, I thought he was just so fine. But keep in mind, let's keep in mind all the factors. When we had moved to South Carolina, this was right after my mom had found out that I lost my virginity. 2016 was crazy, okay? 2016, my grandmother passed away. My mom's mom passed away. That was the first time I ever seen my mom cry in all of my life, okay? Me and my sister were getting closer. My sister was sending me like care packages and things like that. That was also the year that I was trying to leave my mom's house to go to my dad. My dad has never been in my life. 2016, it was just so much going on in 2016. So basically, I was in trouble. I didn't have no phone. I didn't have shit. My mom took everything away from me. So now we have to move to a whole new state. I am moving in the middle of my sophomore year of high school, okay? So I had no electronic devices when we had moved to South Carolina. halfway through my sophomore year of high school. My mom found out that I lost my virginity prior and she wasn't fucking with me. I was in trouble for a long ass time. So I'm already feeling a bit insecure about that. Like, damn, I don't have like a phone or nothing. How am I talk to people? And the school that I ended up going to, it was very involved with tech, you know? Like, it was so involved in tech, them niggas gave us our own Chromebooks, our own laptops. Like, we had our own laptops at this school. You said, how old am I? I'm 25. But yeah, so this school, we had our own laptops, we had our own Chromebooks. So that was the way that I was able to communicate with people. Bruh. I was able to finesse it. So I was able to communicate through this Chromebook. Anyways, here or there. Back to my crush. So I'm at this new school. My mom isn't giving me a phone. The way I grew up, like, my mom had everything, but she didn't really give us everything. So I never felt confident about how I looked. I never felt confident about the stuff that I was wearing. I just never felt secure within myself. I was a very insecure child. So imagine going to this new school. You already feel like you don't have everything as a girl. You don't feel pretty, and then now you don't even have a phone. So I'm going through all of these emotions at the age of what, 15? So we go to this new school. I see this guy, and then the people that I'm in school with, they have their phones. Niggas got cars. Like, we just moved to an area where parents made sure their kids had shit. So I just felt very insecure. So I thought that was also the partial reason for why this nigga wasn't fucking with me. I basically felt like I didn't look like I had shit, life together, whatever, whole time. I just got in trouble for losing my fucking virginity. And I was in trouble for a long ass time for that. I was punished for a long time for that. And so with this guy, it's like, okay, how can I talk to this guy? I don't have a phone. But I think at some point I ended up getting one. I know my sister ended up getting me a phone, or I ended up having to finesse my way to get a phone. I don't know if I got my mom's old phone. I don't know. I don't remember. But this guy that I had a class with, he knew my crush because they were all on the football team. So they were all on the football team. And I was telling him that I had a crush on such and such. Y'all wasn't going to tell me I had whipped cream on my titties? Y'all was just going to let whipped cream just be on my titties? Did y'all see that? I'm screaming. But, anyways, I told the guy, I was like, yeah, I have a crush on your teammate. I need that. So, boom. The guy, he was trying to put me on to dude, right? And when I got his number, I was so surprised that he texted me. I'm screaming. Have I ever had a train ran on me? No disrespect. I've never had that. That's so funny. Never. But yeah, so dude gave me his number. He's like, here, text him. I told him about you. I was like, oh shit. So then I text my crush. And the crush, he was texting back, but he was texting back dry as fuck. He was texting back dry as fuck. And at this time, I wasn't aware of boys yet. Like, my mom never like taught me about boys. So I had to learn about boys the hard way. I got my heart broke so many times in high school. And I thought it was because of me. Like, I was so insecure. I thought I was the issue. I thought because I didn't have certain things that's why guys didn't like me. And then I also was in school when everybody and their mama was obsessed with mixed kids. If you remember, like the first high school I went to in Tennessee, it was predominantly white girls and predominantly mixed girls, and I got made fun of for being skinny. So then folks was like, well, if you have sex, it'll make your ass. I'm not even lying. I'm not lying to you guys. Them folks in Tennessee was telling me that if I had sex, it will make my ass fatter. I'm not lying. I'm not lying. Remember how I said this channel is a safe space? Yeah, and I'm just being real. I'm just being real. I'm literally a freshman in high school. We're all kids. We're all kids, but I honestly was getting made fun of for how I sounded, for being so skinny, even in middle school. So then folks was like, okay, well, if you have sex, your ass gonna get fatter. Like, I don't know. Everybody was so infatuated with white girls that had big butts and then mixed people. This had to be 2014, 15? 2014, 15 up until 2017, 18. So if you were around during that time period, even with Instagram, the Instagram models, everybody being light skinned with curly hair, you just had to be there. You had to be there on social media. Everybody was so like infatuated if you were light skinned, mixed with curly hair, or a white girl with a fat ass. Everybody was just so infatuated with that. Whole time we're children. We're children. We are children. But yeah. But anyways, where am I at in the story? Oh yeah, so basically I was very insecure. I thought that me not having certain things was the issue for why niggas didn't like me or whatever the case may be. Boom, 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 boom. My mom never taught me about boys. I had to learn because I had my heart broken. I'm texting my crush. He's texting me back dry as fuck. And then at some point, he just stopped talking to me. And I was hurt. And then shortly after that, he started talking to another girl. And me and this girl, we both had Spanish class together. And she looked nothing like me. She was light-skinned. She was mixed. She was pretty. She did sports. And I lived around a bunch of suburban kids. So their parents made sure their kids had stuff. You're going to have the nice shoes. You're going to have the nice clothes. And you're going to drive a car. And you're going to have your phone. Like, the parents took care of these kids. I was neglected. I didn't have nothing. Okay, so that just took a big job on my confidence. And I think she knew that I liked the guy. Or whatever the case may be. But considering that I look nothing like her, I was like, damn, I'm not his type. And so, I don't know. But every time I would see him walking in the hallways, I don't know, I just got butterflies. I was like, oh my God, he's so cute. He's so cute. And then that shit was so funny. Once I finally got over that, I ended up becoming the football manager. And I became the football manager for the school. And I was still in media production at the same time, you know what I'm saying? And I remember, like, I was taking pictures of all the football players. And at this time, I didn't give a fuck about him no more. Like, you don't like me? Okay, fine. I had got my heart broken after him, too. So at this point, I'm like, forget it. But I definitely enjoyed being the football manager, track manager, all that good stuff. So I was still around the athletes, just on the back end side. And ironically, I have never dated a sports player. Even though I was involved in sports in school on the back end. And then I wanted to go to college for sports media. I've never had a sports player. But yeah, I even, like, it was so funny. I took a nice ass picture of my crush, and he posted on his Instagram. He posted the picture I took of him on his Instagram. So then at this point, I'm like, damn, maybe we will be friends. Nope. He didn't even follow me back on Instagram, I think, at one point in time. I had followed him, I think, but I don't know if I think he followed me back and he unfollowed me. This was when I realized niggas is weird. And this is why my follower ratio on Instagram is the way that it is. Because growing up in school, you thought everybody was your friend. And then once you go through and you notice that people that you thought fuck with you didn't fuck with you and they don't follow you on Instagram, that's when I started having trust issues on social media. So that's why I don't follow a lot of people unless I personally know them or their content is what I want to see. Because people that I thought were my friends I thought I knew. People that I thought were my friends actually didn't fuck with me. And then I took into account the type of stuff I was posting too. I was wild I'm not gonna lie. I was wild as a child. I was wild around the time I graduated high school. And someone that I used to be friends with, she actually checked me on it. And at the time, I wasn't really like understanding. But now that I'm older, I was wild as hell. I was wild as hell on the internet. I'm so happy that I changed my ways. The way I put myself out there like that. Shit crazy. But okay, ZCK, you can go ahead and go, because nobody wants your energy here. Uh-oh. Damn. I think I did the wrong person. I pray they don't get mad at me. I'm so sorry. I think I did the wrong person. I don't know how to fix it. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I pray that person wasn't one of my subscribers. Oh my God, they're gonna get so mad at me. I'm so sorry. Ah, I gotta have lighting on, period. I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. If the person that I accidentally just blocked, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But yeah, I was wild on the internet when I was a child. But anyways, so back to the crush though. So boom, I started having later in junior year, I started having kickback parties at the house or whatever. And then now I got the football team coming to my house for parties. I got my crush coming to my house for parties. So I'm like, I still didn't get my crush though. Morals are I still didn't get my crush. But yeah. My first big crush in high school. You'll excuse my wild behavior. I love it. I love it. And it's just so funny because he was the first person that broke my heart, but the second person that broke my heart was also a football player. So basically the football players at this school they just kept breaking my heart, bro. So even though I never dated a football player, it's because they always just broke my heart. They literally did. Hold on. Trim out segment. Yeah, they all just kept breaking my heart. But I know game now, so shall I get a football player? I know exactly how to go about all of that. Okay? I know exactly how to go about all of that. But hold on. But yeah, stay away from football players. It's just the fact that I feel like the best, it's raining outside. Damn, it's raining kind of heavy. I feel like the best type of people for football players are hoes and girls that don't give a fuck. Football players do not deserve, well, let me not say that. The football players that are not good people do not deserve to date the women that are good people, especially if they're going to be cheating, running game, all that stuff. Like, I feel like you got to know how to use somebody to your benefit on that scale. So that's why I feel like they're better off with people that won't get emotionally attached to them. You know? I don't know if that makes sense. But anyways, so back to the football player. He was the first guy that I think I ever was like talking to, like considered talking to. I think he was the first guy I've ever like talked to. And that's when, like, we was cool, but back then I think I just had an issue with people like ignoring me. Like, I just didn't like that. I didn't understand what avoidancy was. I wasn't aware that if a guy is like, if he has a girlfriend already and he's treating you like the side girl, like, it was just little stuff like that. And coming to find out, he did have a girlfriend. He had a whole girlfriend on the cheer team. He had a whole girlfriend on the cheer team. And how me and him met, we met after a game. So I used to take pictures during like the football games and things like that. Like, I was the media production people, so I was at all the games. And I met him after our game, and we started talking. He was really cool, and he didn't look like my first crush. You know what I'm saying? So that's what made it even more disrespectful to me. I'm like, damn, you look nothing like my first crush. You're not tall. You're not muscular. You're short and chubby. How dare you treat me wrong? That's how I felt at the time. That's how I felt at the time. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm giving you a chance to not like you for you. How dare you? But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Dudes that got these great personalities, you gotta watch out for them. You gotta watch out for them. Because they can have great personalities, but still act like a man that knows that he can have his way. Okay? But yeah, so me and this dude, I'm thinking he liked me for real. I'm inviting him over to the house. I'm sneaking out the house from the back door, making sure that the alarm don't go off, making this nigga chilly and shit. Like, and the minute that he would like go ghost on me, that triggered me so much. That triggered me so bad, getting ignored. And then come to find out, nigga had a whole girlfriend on the cheer team. I'm like, oh, that's insane. That's insane. That's so funny. And then I ended up befriending some people. I don't even remember how I became friends with him, but he ended up being like one of my closest friends in high school. He taught me how to drive. My mom loved him. But he was also hella close to the guy that I was talking to. He was really close to him. And I remember I used to vent to him about his friend, and it was just a whole bunch of shit. But yeah. And then I had a crush on another football player that I was friends with. We were in the same class, and I thought he was fucking with me too. He was a football player and he did track. He put me onto this song. What's that song called? Trill Love. If you know the song Trill Love, that song is nasty as hell. That's a freaky song. He put me onto that song. I'm so delulu. I was like, oh, he put me onto that song. We have a song together now. He likes me. He ain't like me. And then he ended up dating this other girl. So in high school, I just felt like I kept liking guys that just didn't like me back. Or they liked me back, but they had other situations. It was weird. And then even when I went to the last high school, my last high school, I had a crush on this guy. So it's kind of weird. Like, I never had an issue becoming friends with people that I had crushes on. And I think as I got older and I got a little bit more secure within myself, I cared less about somebody liking me back. If we had a friendship, I was cool with it. You know what I'm saying? So there was this one guy at my last school I graduated from. I don't remember how him and I got connected. I think I saw him through one of the friends I made at the school. And I think I basically just shot my shot. I thought he was so cute. Me and him never had a class together. And it's crazy because one thing about it, prior to my junior year of high school, after my junior year of high school, I was able to get whoever the fuck I wanted. But also that was probably unhealthy at the same time. Definitely. But, I don't know, but I got my crush. And I hung out with him. We hung out a few times. I went to my senior prom, but I didn't go to my senior prom. And he didn't go to the senior prom either. So we both decided to just hang out with each other that day. And he also had his homeboy with him. So I went out to a party with them. And then his friend got like super drunk. So he had to leave his friend. in the car, and then he took me back home, and he was just so sweet. He was so sweet, and I pray he's doing good now. But I remember that he ended up getting a girlfriend as well. So that's why I'm like, all the guys I liked in South Carolina, they all ended up getting like girlfriends fairly quickly. So then that made me feel like, damn, what's wrong with me? So I'm happy that I grew up and I no longer attach validation to niggas. And I feel like for any girls that watch me or may come across this part of this video, whatever the case may be, whatever age you are, even as an adult, never, ever, ever, ever attach your worth or value to a nigga's feelings. Like, never do that. You got to be secure and confident within yourself always. And whoever rock with you, gonna rock with you. And whoever don't. You don't want nobody that's not for sure about you anyway. And if someone doesn't like you, it doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. And it took me having to go through so many experiences with niggas that I had to learn, like, my worth and value is not associated to a man, nor do I need to do anything to get a dude's attention or to get him to like me. So, yeah. So even though the football players broke my heart, they also built character. You said shout out to you for shooting your shot. One thing about me, once I stopped being insecure, I was shooting shots. That's how I got my first boyfriend. I got my first boyfriend when I was starting my senior year of high school. And one of my homegirls at the time, she had posted this guy. And I thought he was so fine. I was like, who's this? Who is this? And you know what? I just lied to y'all. Remember how I said I never dated a football player? My first boyfriend was a football player. He was a football player. Damn, maybe I do have a thing for football players. Damn. Damn. Every dude I did like was a football player. Even my crush from the prom night, he was a football player. Wow. In Tennessee, they were both football players. Damn. Okay, so maybe I do have a thing for, or I did have a thing for football players. That's crazy. I lost my virginity to a football player. He was definitely a football player. That is so funny. That is so funny. Anyways. I literally, I have not dated no football player in my adult life. I don't count. Like in high school, that counts because we're kids. But as an adult, I have not dealt with no football player that's in the NFL or college football. I don't even look at football players' way, to be honest with y'all. I feel like in high school it was easier because we're all kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're all kids and we're all gonna walk the hallways together. So like, if I see you, I see you. And then if you end up doing football, track, and basketball, that's just good. Like, but no, like, okay, so my first boyfriend, I shot my shot because my friend had posted him, and I was like, who is this fine ass nigga? And then she was like, that's my cousin. I was like, oh, that's your cousin? I was like, put me on to your cousin. And so she put me on, and we ended up linking before he had to go to Alaska because he was in the Air Force. So I was 17 and I think he was 20. I think he was 20 going on 21 or something like that. And wow, we were so young. Damn. But yeah, so like he had to go to Alaska because he was in the Air Force. And I just thought that was my man. Like, when we first met, he pulled up to the house, and I'm not gonna get into details, but after that whole day, we started talking on the phone every single day. And I'm like, yeah, you're my man. And then ironically, one of his closest friends, me and him, we worked together at a restaurant, at a Mexican restaurant. And that was my very first job. That was my very first job. And I was like, yeah, this is my boyfriend. And then he was like, oh, that's my homeboy. I'm like, really? So now I'm working with my boyfriend's best friend, and then his best friend is still to this day my best friend, and now that other guy is the ex. So one thing about me, I'm gonna make me some friends. So I ended up befriending my ex's friends, and then now he's my ex. And to this day, he is my best friend. He is my best friend. He has my location. I have his location. As a matter of fact, let me make sure. He's married and everything, and he's never, ever, yep, I still got his location. Yeah, he's married, and he's never stopped being a good friend to me. He's never stopped being a good guy to me. So, no, he's black. And then me and my ex, we broke up because, again, that avoidancy stuff, like the avoidancy stuff, and then ending up wanting to be. I remember, like, that nigga had the nerve. Oh my god, he had the nerve to post up on Snapchat with another girl. I was so mad. This is my first boyfriend. I'm like, you cheated on me? I just moved to Atlanta. I'm starting a whole new school. He knew what I had going. Like, when I had left my mom's house to start my senior year in Georgia, it was so much BS going on. And he knew that. I was going through so much stuff. That's why I moved. So the fact that you knew I was going through so much stuff and you still decided to cheat on me, and then you lied like you weren't cheating on me, I was so hurt. But now that I'm older, I wouldn't have taken the relationship seriously anyway. Like, you all the way in Alaska, like, as long as you sending me the bread, you can go do whatever the fuck you want to do, because I can't F you anyway because you don't live here. So as long as now that I'm older, I don't care. Send the funds. Go do what you do. Don't get nobody pregnant. Send the funds. Let me stop. But yeah, that's how my first boyfriend situation went. So basically, I've just had, like, growing up, I had a pattern of me liking a guy. The guy was cool. Me and guy do something. Guy ends up being avoidant. Guy ends up having another girl. And it's just funny. But I feel like what I would tell any young lady or any young adult or any young girl, even being an adult and I live in Atlanta, the game hasn't changed. Guys are gonna be guys. Men are gonna be men. They're physical creatures. The minute a guy starts being avoidant towards you, he doesn't like you. I don't care. If so, like, you're gonna know if somebody likes you. You're gonna know if a guy likes you. When I was younger, I feel like the lesson should have been, if a nigga can't even communicate with you properly, he don't like you. And then as an adult, I had to learn that if a guy doesn't want to do anything for you, he doesn't like you. So I thought those are the two most important things that I would tell any young woman. If a guy can't even talk to you and respect you, and if he can't do anything for you but still wants to have access to your body, he does not like you. He doesn't care about you. You're just another piece of meat to him. Unless he has a very kind, considerate soul and he's able to be your genuine friend, even if you guys were to have sex. If you guys were to have sex, but y'all can still have like a, and when I say this is my, depending on your moral code. There's some people that can have sex, not get attached, and still be friends. I'm one of those people. I'm one of those people. I don't think I ever really got attached to physical intimacy, but women are taught that basically, women are taught that if you have sex with a guy, he likes you and you're the only one for him. But that's not true, and I had to learn that the hard way. I had to learn that the hard way. A guy can have sex with so many girls and not be attached to any one of them. I read books about it. I read books about the man biology. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's just a hard pill that women just need to swallow. And that's okay. Like, men are physical creatures. Like, it is what it is. But just because a guy can have sex with you does not mean he like you. It's very true when they say men have sex with women they don't like. That is very much true. That's very much true. I have a situation. Actually, no, I'm dead in that shit today. I had a situation where I only trust my body with this one guy, but I know that he does not like me. And you know how I know he doesn't like me? Because of his actions and lack thereof. And as a young woman, you got to pay attention to somebody's actions. As an adult, I've learned you got to pay attention to people's actions. F what they talking about. What are they doing and what are they not doing? This person's actions equate to, you don't like me for real. You don't fuck with me for real. But you'll have sex with me though. And honestly, if I was a man, as a woman, you gotta put yourself in these men's shoes. If I was a man and I knew that I wasn't shit, and I just did not care to be a good person, and this girl is giving it to me without me having to do shit, hell yeah, I'm gonna take it. It's easy. It's easy. I don't gotta do nothing for it. Hell yeah. But I feel like if I was a man, one, I wouldn't be a trick, because it's not tricking if you got it. So I'll be very generous by nature, because I just feel like my love language is all about giving and helping people and doing for people. So I feel like if I was a man, I would make sure that whoever I'm dealing with is straight, because I would actually be their friend. Like, I feel like as a man, I would genuinely take care of who I'm fucking casually, because that's just in my nature as a person to be giving. I can't, like, but I don't think I would be those guys that date people that I don't like and then I'm just treating them poorly. Like, in that case, I'm being a player. In that case, I'm being a complete player. But yeah, it's true. Men will have sex with you and not like you, and it is what it is. It is what it is. So that's why you can never, ever, ever get yourself attached to nobody, especially not no dude. And it's no disrespect, it's just the truth. Like, do what makes sense for your mental. As a woman, do what makes sense for your mental. It's mentally draining thinking that somebody likes you because you're having sex with them, and whole time they don't even care if you ate today. They don't care if you made it home safely. They don't care if you need anything. They just don't care. And when all of those things come into play, that's when you gotta know, like, the fuck you getting yourself emotionally attached for. He don't like you. You said, what am I on today? Well, today is Taco Tuesday and Dance Class Tuesday. So we have dance class tonight. You said, this is bad advice. Women need men. Women need men that actually like them. It's not bad. How is it bad advice telling women to be aware that a man will have sex with you but not like you? That is not bad advice. That is literally mental clarity. That is mental clarity. I literally had to experience it growing up. I'm 25 now. Do you know there's some women in their 40s and 50s that still don't know game? They still don't know game. They still run behind a man they think like them, and they don't. It is not bad advice. For mental clarity, know that a guy can fuck you and not like you. You only know if he likes you by his actions. Period. How do I think about passport bros? What's wrong with the Western modern dating? So how do I feel about passport bros? I don't think about them, but also someone gave this perspective that passport bros literally have to spend money to get pussy still. So regardless, it's getting kind of hot actually. And this is what's so funny. This is what's so funny about passport bros, and when guys be trying to like come at American women, like that's why we like the Asian women, that's why we like these other people, whole time you still gotta pay for the sex, sir. Whether you are in America doing it or you doing it out there, you're still having to come out of your wallet for some type of physical intimacy. And you know, when someone told me that, it made me become less mad in certain situations. It's like you gotta flip things to your benefit, right? So as a woman, if you catch yourself about to get mad at somebody, just remember that they literally have to pay for physical intimacy. It might sound mean, but it is what it is. It is what it is. You as a woman, you don't have to come out of your pocket for no sex. And if you're doing that, please stop. Please stop. It's too much men that's willing to give it out for free. Literally, you can go on live and you'll have a bunch of strangers wanting to talk about doing physical things with you, and they don't know you from a can of paint. At everybody that be in my chat saying crazy stuff. So if it's really that deep, you don't have to pay for that, bro. Okay? But the guys think it's a flex that they're spending less money to do stuff with women outside of the country, but it's like you still got to spend money though. And then what I also think for those women, it's not a flex that the American men are giving y'all money, because from their perspective, y'all are cheaper. So the men don't even value you. They don't value y'all either. If you really think about it, they don't value those women either because they think they're cheaper. That's why they go over there. And who knows how much they flight is over there. Niggas probably not even flying first class overseas. But they think they doing something. Okay, so let's say you going to Asia. You going to Asia, the most you spending on a flight is probably $1,000. Or let's say you're flying economy. That can still be $1,000 to Asia, or maybe $800-900, whatever. Or let's say that they're finessing their ticket price to go overseas, whatever. You're still paying money to have some intercourse. You're still paying money to have intercourse by flying over there. And I've literally had guys say, for those that don't know me, I work in nightlife. I've literally had guys tell me that there's women that are cheaper. If they do it you have men that will, in the States, you have men in the States. They have this mentality. Why would I spend money on this girl if this girl can do it for free? I work in the film industry. There are some producers or casting directors, whatever, that literally, they've literally told me, because I asked them, I'm like, why is the film industry so different now? Why are budgets so low now? I've literally been told that you have girls that will do shit for cheaper or for nothing at all for exposure. So if they're doing that in the film and entertainment industry, you don't think that niggas is thinking like that when it comes to sex? They 100% are. So they still don't value women, and they don't value those other women because they think you're cheaper. They think you're cheaper, but you think that they're more expensive because your dollar amount is different from where you're from. You know what I'm saying? Y'all catch my drift? So it's like, my theory on Passport Bros is you still got to pay for PU $$Y. You're still paying for physical intimacy, regardless if you're America or not, and you really don't value women if you're only going over there because they're cheaper. You know? So that's my theory on Passport Bros. But I don't care about them. I don't care about Passport Bros enough. I mean, it's not my body part, so I really don't care what they got going on. But that's just my theory on them, that they think that they doing something because they're paying for sex cheaper in a different country. It's their life, it's their money, let them live. But I just want the girlies to understand that don't ever let somebody make you feel like there's something wrong with you because they want to go fly somewhere else for cheaper sex. The point is cheaper. So guess what? They're still being cheap. So regardless, cut them off. Cut them off. Cut anybody off that's cheap. Okay? You gotta know how hypersexual you gotta be to go out the country just for some sex, though. Like, yeah. But what's wrong with Western modern dating? I think the issue with Western modern dating is that people think too much. People think too much, but there's probably lessons that people haven't learned yet. Like, all the lessons I've learned, I learned early on. So that's why I can have a more peaceful dating experience now, because I learned what I had to learn younger, and me just having to grow up fast, you know. And the type of industry that I work in also aided in me having to understand men better. But I feel like, honestly, you can't, I don't know. I know people that are currently getting married. I know people that are engaged. There's people having families. So it's like, there's people that are living their lives perfectly fine in their own personal relationships, you know. But I feel like everybody else is having issues with dating because they're dating out of survival, or they're just being selfish. It's either one or two. You know? And people just doing too much. People are just doing too much, thinking too much, and then you got people that just want to take, and not be givers, and that's an issue as well. And I feel like my culture of people, they be doing too much. They be doing way too much. We the only people that be having podcast conversations over stupid topics. Like, you said you didn't need to take a trip out the country. I used to live out the country. My parents were in the military. Granted, I was younger, but, and then I went to DR in 2018. I meet guys, I've met people that know people too, that go out the country for sex because it's cheaper. They literally say it's cheaper. Americans love to go to Asia because why? It's cheaper. People want to move out of America to move to South America and Asia. Why? Because it's cheaper. I believe the problem is the man's roles haven't changed, but the women's roles have changed. Since time has advanced, women don't know what their roles are. They're being told a lot of lies. Well, if we really want to get into it and really talk about it, from my understanding, that's why the feminist movement started, because some women was like, we don't want all of our rights to be under a man. Because wasn't there a point in time women weren't allowed to vote? So women weren't allowed to vote and women weren't allowed to work, right? Right? Okay. So now women can vote, women can work, right? Okay. The natural role, women weren't even, if you really want to talk about it, guys in today's age that just don't understand what it is to be a man, they feel some type of way about a woman asking for anything. And I just think that's very selfish, because you feel a way about a woman desiring the basics. But back when our ancestors were walking on this earth, or when the Civil War and shit was happening, World War I was happening, those women weren't working. Guys really want to talk about it. The traditional way, women don't work. They stay home with all y'all 11, 12, 15, 20 kids. Real shit. Families were having 10 plus kids back in the day. My grandparents are one of 12, 13 children on my daddy's side. Niggas got a lot of kids over there. Have a whole family tree, still haven't discovered. Okay? People were having a lot of babies back then. People were marrying young. The husband was doing stuff for the house, and the women stayed home taking care of all of their children. That's how it started. So you have guys in today's age wanting to get mad or choose to not understand that you are upset for women desiring the basics. How dare you say that women will use me for money, when back in the day you niggas had to work. Women weren't working. They weren't allowed to. They literally were not allowed to. So that's why it's just so funny when these guys want to be so upset and uptight and try to say someone's using them. Would you rather go back to 1930 or 1940 when we couldn't work at all legally? Would that make it better? Would that make it better if there was just a law that was, okay, women can't work at all? Would that make it better? Regardless of time in history, men had to work. Men had to work. Regardless, okay? Even during slavery times, you niggas was at war. Y'all had to go to war. So that's why it's just like, y'all getting mad for what? Like, regardless, y'all still have to go to work. Y'all still have to go to work. If it wasn't for the feminist movement, women wouldn't even have jobs. Like, let's be for real. But again, like, listen, everybody's different. You have some women that want to work, some women that don't want to work. And then at some point in time in history, women were not allowed to work. They had to stay home. Or at least that was the traditional way of living. The man goes to work and the woman stays home with the kids. Like, and then you have people that still live in that principle. There's a lot of people that actually live in that principle to this day. I've met some men that literally don't want their wives to do anything. They want their wife to stay at home. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I just think that for the guys that just don't understand or just choosing to not understand, regardless, you're gonna have to work. You're gonna have to provide for yourself. Women at one point in time were not allowed to vote or not allowed to work or whatever. So then things changed so that women could have their own independence alongside a man, which is actually really smart, because in today's age, you never know when a man is gonna switch up on you. So it is very smart to have your own outside of a person so that you're not codependent on a person. And that's just for anybody. You don't ever want to depend on somebody for everything. He said damn hot. I don't even know. He said you're blowing hot air. I don't know where the hot air is coming from. I mean, it kind of feels good outside, but it's also raining. But then also in a man's nature, I feel like men feel better when they feel of usage. Like real men feel incomplete when they're not working. Like I've met people that literally, they feel less of a man if a woman is doing everything for them. You know, y'all ladies be wanting the bums. Make it make sense. You know what? And you know why the girls want the bums? Because of trauma. I'm not even going to disagree with you on that, because I wanted a bum. I wanted a bum. That man is a bum. I was one of them. I was one of them. But you know why girls want the bums? Because the bums, unfortunately, have been given the specific gift, and it leaves us digmatized, and it's not smart. Ladies, we gotta stand the fuck up. We getting digmatized by bums is crazy. But if I'm being if I'm being honest, that's why. That's why. That's why. Let a guy not be shit. Let a guy not be shit. But for some reason, he knows how to do that one specific thing. I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest. The best way to make change is to just be honest. So I feel like that's one of the main reasons why we be wanting the bums, because they know how to bum it down. And at some point when we're tired of bumming it down and we realize, oh, this nigga came and helped me if I had an emergency, then once we come into that awareness and we're no longer digmatized, then we leave them alone and we realize that we got to go for the person that actually cares about us. I'm a big advocate for accountability. I'm a big advocate for women holding themselves accountable, because just in life, both men and women, you got to hold yourself accountable for your unhealthy habits, so that you know what to do to move forward and have healthier habits. If you don't know what you're doing that's unhealthy, how are you going to know what to do to be healthy? You know what I'm saying? So I feel like for women, that's what helped me in my journey. Also listening to Shira 7, and I talk about her all the time. I love Shira 7. She's the reason why I'm able to be self-aware and be mindful of my choices. You gotta hold yourself accountable. The men are not always the issue. If you know a nigga ain't shit and you still dealing with him, that's your fault. If you know a nigga's not shit and you let him put a baby in you, that's your fault. It's your fault. I knew that somebody wasn't shit. I knew it. And it took me 1.5 years to get over it. I had to get over what I already knew. And because I held myself accountable, it made it easier for me to move on. It made it easier for me to forgive. And it makes it easier to not get played no more. Okay? Hold on, y'all. We're gonna take a trip. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Okay. Sorry. You said some bum is texting me right now. No, I'm cutting off all the bums today. Y'all think I'm playing? Y'all think I'm playing? That's literally why this live is called Clean Slate. I'm not, all the bums are getting cut off today. But hold on, you guys. We gotta go on an adventure. Let's head to the house, shall we? Let's head to the house, shall we? It's not raining. But also, I've been talking to you guys in the car for a minute. Let's just get to the house. Let's just get to the house. Not far. Oh, I lied. It did not stop raining. I want to get tacos later, y'all. I gotta get tacos every Tuesday. But I needed to start raining though. I slick wanna get the tacos right now on the real. I gotta get gas when it stops raining. Okay, let me see what y'all are talking about. Y'all, we're almost at 5K. We're almost at 5K subbies. I love that. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I would go to this other place and get food actually, and I don't gotta get out the car in the rain for that. I could just park in the garage. But I'm gonna be sad if they don't have what I like though. I'm gonna be really sad. There's this restaurant I like going to, but I only like to eat there when they have their mozzarella salad, and I'd be sad when I be going and they don't have the mozzarella salad. They be hurting my feelings for real. Because their mozzarella salad is so good. And it's like they'll have everything else throughout the week, but they want to pick and choose when they want to have their best dish. And it be upsetting me in my stomach. Because it's like, it's so good. It's so good. Any tips for high school, specifically 9th grade? Yes, I'm so happy because we were just talking about it. As a freshman in high school, focus on your schoolwork. Even as an adult, my love, don't get distracted. Don't get distracted by nothing if it's not benefiting you. And that's going to be something that's going to take you on forever. Okay, please don't get distracted by nothing if it's not benefiting you, if it's not benefiting your schoolwork in the most prosperous, healthiest way. Don't distract yourself, because you got yourself at the end of the day. That's what they don't teach you when you're young. You got yourself at the end of the day. So start young with the mentality, I'm not entertaining nothing that's not benefiting me. If it's not in relation to my schoolwork, I ain't got time for it. When it comes to friends, it's okay to have associates and acquaintances. Everybody is not your friend. Everybody also has a purpose in your life. And it's okay if people don't stay around long. It's okay if your friends are not your friends for a long time. It's okay. People come and go. Friendship heartbreaks hurt. Don't get attached to friends. I'm not even being toxic. Like, I'm just keeping it real. Don't get attached to friends because people come and go. But the true friends that you do have, cherish that. Don't get attached to no dude. Whatever you do, Don't get finessed by a football player. Let me stop. But if you're gonna be dating while in high school, have fun. Have all the fun. Love them all. Love them all. Not physically, but just, you know, love them all. Enjoy them all if it's benefiting you. If it's not benefiting you, we don't love them. We love them from afar. Have fun with all of them. If you're dating, have fun with all of them. Let them take you out on dates. Let them take you to the movies. Make sure that they're gentlemen. If you're going to deal with someone that does do sports, have fun. But then also, we can't avoid heartbreak. Okay, like everybody's experience is different. If you end up experiencing heartbreak, it's okay. Sometimes you gotta get your heart broken so that you can realize certain things in life, you know. Oh my God, the rain is getting harder. I'm never supposed to get out the car in this. Y'all hear how crazy the rain is going right now? I'm not, y'all talk about some, I'm not a player. I'm not a player. I'm just giving my little sister advice. Y'all, this rain is nuts, so. This rain is nuts, so. No, like deadass. Who asked me that? Oh shit. You said every person online a therapist now. I never said I was a therapist, nor do I have a degree in therapy. Somebody asked me a question, and I'm just answering it from my own personal experience and from learning from other people's experiences as well. And just telling her what I would, if I had a daughter, I would tell her the same exact thing. Our parents therapists? No. But you're going to trust someone that's lived life, right? Not too much on me. Not too much on me. But no, if I had a daughter and she was about to be a freshman in high school, I would literally tell her, focus on your schoolwork. Don't get distracted by no boys. And if you have girls and you end up having a friendship that falls out, it's okay, because friends are not forever. Not every friend is forever. Some people are, some people aren't. Don't have expectations. Focus on you, because all you got is yourself. All you got is yourself. Whatever talents you have, whatever things you want to discover, get into it, invest into it. You were born with certain talents and things for a reason. Y'all, I want tacos. We finna go get tacos. Happy Taco Tuesday. Happy Taco Tuesday. You say you love red nails. Thank you. Okay, now the rain chilled. All we had to do was go get tacos. Now the rain stopped. Okay. Is it messing up, or are we good? Can y'all hear me? Is it buffering? Are we good? You said I sound like ChatGPT. Can we talk about ChatGPT for a second? Do you guys use ChatGPT? Y'all, I was talking to ChatGPT the other day, and I'm like, I had to ask Chat, are you okay? Because why are you talking to me like this? I deadass had a whole conversation with this AI ass robot. I'm just like, yo, I'm asking it a question about something. Chat came at me with so much attitude. It felt too personal. It felt too personal. I had to ask Chat, I'm like, are you listening to my conversations or something? Why are you talking to me? It was weird. It was weird how Chat was talking to me. When I asked it, are you listening to my conversations? It was like, I'm not listening to your conversations, but I just pay attention to how you type things, basically, and how you interact. So I'm basically responding to you in the way that you've texted to me. But my issue with that is, how do you know what tone of voice I'm using? How? Because the way Chat was talking to me, I don't be having that energy. I was like, are you cool? I was cool. And then it was like, if you type it like this, then it won't sound so personal no more. Like, Chat just sounded sassy. AI sounded way too sassy. It sounded like a human that was irritated talking to me. Like, I just didn't like it. and I knew that AI knew what it was doing, because it literally was like, if it bothers you, then just tell me that you just want me to respond with just the answer to whatever, and I won't make it personable. Huh? I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, yeah, whatever that's about. And I'm not joking. I don't know what update. I don't know what update ChatGPT got going on, but it was sounding a little bit too personal for me. And it sounded like I was talking to, I didn't even feel like I was talking to my homegirl. Like, you know how your homegirls keep it real with you? Yeah, no, I felt like Chat was just being mean. Like, it was just mean as fuck. Hold on, y'all. I gotta grab y'all, get my umbrella. It's a lot going on right now. Is my umbrella messed up on the side? I hate when that happens. I'm sorry, y'all. I hate when I have an umbrella and... Please don't hit me. I hate when I have an umbrella and one of the whatever you call it, the lines in the umbrella, whatever it's called, the plastic, I don't know. I don't like when it be disconnecting from the cap that it's supposed to be on. It's so annoying. I don't know why it does that. Okay. Let me put y'all right here. For the people in the back that always want to see my outfits, I gotta fix it. Please don't break. Because my thing is, how did you get like this in the first place? There we go. Is your man on the floor? If he ain't, let me know. Let me see if you can run it, run it. Okay. Hola. Hola. Da, 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 da. What's good? Hola. I say frio. Hola, mommy. Good. I'm good. I was like, I just saw you at Walmart, right? Was it Walmart? Yeah. I'm good, baby. How about you? I'll be right back. See, I'm friends with everybody. I'm friends with everybody. But yeah, no, one of the girls that work here, I saw her at Walmart. Hold on, y'all. I gotta use the bathroom. Okay, I'm back. Somebody said, hold up. Somebody said, got to love the bones. You do gotta love the bones, because guess what? If you didn't have bones, you would be walking skin. And that, I don't think that looks good. If you're just a walking flab of skin. If you have no bones, you have no structure. You got no bones, you have no structure. Thank you, mommy. I already know what I want. Can I do the burrito tacos with no cilantro? And I'll do a agua. Sí. ¿Cómo estás? Bien. Oh, mi amor, me gusta. Say it again. Yes, you're my love. You're my love. You're welcome. You're welcome, mama. Shakira, Shakira. Hi.
One more drink, is everything?
Yes, see.
Okay.
Cilantro.
Okay, that's what I'll give you.
Agua, por favor. Gracias. Okay. Do I like animals? I do. I love animals. I love animals. I have a dog. Alright, you guys. It's time to delete some people out of our phone for good this time. Like, for real, for real. Like, for real, for real. Thank you, mama. Y'all, the video of my cousin and I is overly viral. It's overly viral. I've grown over 100 followers on Instagram. Look, it is at 6,000 views right now. I love that. Go, cuz. But and then this one with the guy that asked to collab with me yesterday. Everybody knows my man. Some girl was like, I love love. Oh, that's so cute. But yeah. All right, it's time to delete some numbers on my phone. Let's see. I can't do it. I feel like I have this issue sometimes where I just give people too much of the benefit of the doubt, and I just woke up today after burning my Moldavite incense, and I'm like, I don't even want to do that. Like if it's just not in alignment, then it's just not in alignment. And it's not even me overreacting. Like some people really just don't have nothing to offer. Like why are you here? You can't even offer a genuine friendship. Why are you here? What's up, Barbie? Hi. Let me see. Okay, we can delete. Hi. I'm on I'm on live, but I'm about to mute myself. Okay. Hey, you guys, don't get mad.
Hey guys, don't get mad.
BB's here. BB, say hi.
Hi.
Y'all know BB. Y'all know my friend BB.
Yeah, y'all know me.
You say y'all can read lips. Well, my lips basically said stop fucking with me and don't piss me off. They're getting deleted.
I feel like you. I'm gonna send you that so you can start sending it to people.
And then what's so funny, this dude that I cut off, it's like I be so strict with certain energies. This he did something like basically I don't know. I just didn't care for his energy. He drank my water. He drank my water. It's like you didn't even offer me a drink, but you want to. I just don't like stop taking my stuff. Where's your stuff? Why are you taking my stuff? So I stopped talking to him. But
No, seriously, why is he drinking your water?
But why did he send me his grandmother's obituary? Yes, it's not funny. He sent me his grandmother's obituary yesterday. It was like my grandma. So apparently she died August 2nd, 2021.
Oh, so that's why he was having a hard time or something?
But I don't know. I haven't talked to him since our last message that is May 9th. It's August.
Right.
And I also don't follow him on Instagram. And he unfollowed me because I don't follow him. So I'm just confused. That's why I'm like everybody. This is why everybody. I can't do it. I don't talk to y'all. I don't talk to you guys. Why are you guys hitting me up? They see that video I posted yesterday with that dude. Now everybody like, bae. I'm not your. We don't talk. You don't pay my rent. I pay my rent by myself since I met you. You're not my babe. And then I don't like when people lie, especially when it comes to money. Don't tell me you're gonna give me money or that you were gonna. Don't tell me that, because now I'm gonna be like, okay, where is it? And if you don't give it to me, you're automatically cut off, and that's what's gonna happen to this dude right now. And then my customer, he finna get blocked. He thought he was blocked, he wasn't blocked, but now he finna get blocked now.
What's in the air?
I don't know what's in the air, but I just feel like people are too comfortable trying to LOL. You guys are on my dick bad. Listen, my phone is on 5%. So I'm gonna get back on here later. I'm gonna get back on here when I get home. I muted myself because I was having a conversation with my friend and it was girl talk. For the people in the back. For the people in the back. You know, privacy. But no, I'm gonna come back on here when I get home.